What are your thoughts on this whole fake assault then?
The carjacking.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I would not have known it was a prank, and I would have probably started kicking and punching. I would have freaked out. I don't know. Do you think you would have known?
I think that in 2025, or let's say this was filmed in 2024, in the world that we live in, you don't do a prank of an assault with a weapon
Well,
on
that
women in a
is,
vehicle. Are you out of your damn mind?
I think you're
Seriously.
right. Yeah.
Seriously. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode number 12. Defense is the best offense. That's all right.
Yeah. Well,
That's all right.
depends on who you're talking about in this group.
So, yeah, that's very true. We start out with Gretchen, Gina, Shannon, and Heather. They're talking about the trip to Temecula. Emily and Tamra are talking about the Beverly Hills sleepover. And then we flash to 48 hours earlier. I hate when they do this.
It's getting annoying. And what's also getting annoying is when they're showing a conversation, I think it's in my notes, like between 2 of them and then going to 2 other ones and then going back to those 2 and then back to the other 2. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Show us the whole scene and then show us the next whole scene.
Right. Right. So 48 hours earlier, Shannon's FaceTiming with Sophie. Gina's dyeing her son's hair blonde. That was bold.
Listen, I have seen this done numerous times because at Brick Memorial, the wrestlers for sure, maybe the football players, I don't know, I don't pay attention, but the wrestlers for sure bleach their hair. That was a very good at-home bleach job. Like, very good.
It looks good, right?
Yeah, and he had dark hair. So, I mean, they must have toned it. They must have, they went the distance on this one. That was a great job.
Yeah. Heather's FaceTiming with her daughter Max in Paris. Emily and Annabelle are talking about nails, and Annabelle said that that's hooker red.
She sure did.
And she said to her mom, you probably wore that hooker red. I was like, ooh, she's a little spicy.
And Gina's face was, Emily's face was so funny when she turned around. She was like, oh.
Yeah. Jenn and Ryan are talking about the wedding, and Jenn asks if they should do it in September. Ryan says yes. Jen's like going through the list of things to do. Like, we got to do this, we got to do that. She's like, we were talking about it in Temecula, and that house that we were in was so nice. Like, that would be a nice place to have it.
I agree.
It would be a nice place to have it.
Do you think she's hemming and hawing and prolonging to see if possibly Bravo's going to be like, well, we'll give you a special episode, or you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
She'll definitely never get a spinoff, but
I don't think so.
I think maybe are they just at least trying to get like an episode out of it? Like, just plan it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there was a lot going on. I think that the divorce at this point, I don't even know if the divorce is completely finalized, right?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so
yeah, I guess obviously she's got to be divorced before she can get remarried. So
right. I mean, actually, I remember reading recently, just very recently, that the divorce was final and the custody was final, and she got 100% custody of all the minor children. But I also read, and I don't know if this is true because it wasn't like a court document, that she had to like pay him money to get full custody. I don't know if that's true.
Well, and I do know when she was on Watch What Happens Live, I believe she told Andy that he still has not paid her anything.
He hasn't paid her. No, he hadn't paid her anything. So, I mean, if this is the case and this is what's happening, like, these are reasons not to actually,
sure,
to get married, right? Like, why? It's not really necessary. Eddie and Tamra are talking, and then they're talking about she's talking about taking Sophia to the Music Institute in LA. And she's telling him what she had said about Shannon's dad and his drinking. She's like, I can't with her. And Eddie was kind of supporting her on that. Like, I was like,
he always does, blindly. Yeah. It's amazing to me.
It really is.
I mean, she was clearly wrong. And he goes right along with it.
I know. I know. Then Gretchen's with Skylar and Slade, and she's also filling him in on what happened. But I mean, Skylar was just there for a half a minute, and then she shushed her out the door. I don't know where she was going. It was kind of
I mean, she
odd.
had a backpack, so it
Yeah.
was either like school or camp or something. But I was thinking the same thing, like, oh, somebody. I mean, unless it was like a friend's mom picking her up and driving them both somewhere. Who knows?
It was such a weird scene, though. Like, do we
Or
need to
maybe
see
she's
her?
got a nanny. Like maybe that's her nanny and she does the driving.
Maybe. She's filling him about what happened to the sleepover and bring up about Tamra sounding like a drowned rat. Slade again brings up the tryst, he says in the studio. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
Yeah, and the thing is that nobody used the word cheat. Well, Gretchen and Slade did not use the word cheating.
No.
Tamra could have been very single, which I believe is what she's saying now. It was after her and Slade were separated. I mean, not Slade. What am I saying? Her and Simon were separated. So listen, you want to hook up with your neighbor, hook up with your neighbor. Like this shouldn't even be an issue, quite honestly.
I mean, honestly, none of this should be an issue. It was so long ago, and who really cares? Nobody
Exactly.
cares.
Nobody cares. I
Nobody
mean,
cares.
you know, if you slept with a guy from 98 degrees, I don't know, wave that flag proudly.
Yeah.
If you were single, who cares? If you were single, there's really no damages. So suing someone is probably
I don't think
not
she
going
was
to work.
single. I don't think she was single because
She probably wasn't, but she's saying she is. She was.
well, when Heather asked Gretchen in the car, was she married at the time, or was she with Ed? Did she say married or with Eddie?
She said, was she married? And Gretchen just made a face. And Heather said, oh, well, that would not have been good. That's
Right.
what Heather said. Not
Right.
that's not good. She said, oh, that would not have been good. So it doesn't matter if she was
Right.
married to Simon or Eddie nobody said the word cheating. Gretchen made a face.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to look into the semantics, this is the semantics or logistics, whatever.
Yeah. Listen, I'm so sick of bringing up old crap.
Exactly.
I mean, first is naked wasted. Now this crap. Like, I mean, can we get? I mean, I know that Gretchen is stuck in 1985, but does this whole storyline need to be stuck in 1985?
Her hair is.
I mean, the whole outfit, her whole ensemble is stuck in 1985.
I think that Tamra knew that this was going to come up. I think Tamra knew that Gretchen was holding something and something was going to come out. And that's why Tamra brought up the whole drugging, naked, wasted thing before Gretchen had a chance to bring this up. And maybe that's why, defense is your best offense. I think Tamra, like Tamra is always, one step ahead of Gretchen. She got the heads up that this might be coming out. And then she got a hold of the Gretchen conversation with Katie.
I mean, it's very possible. Listen, it's all very possible.
I mean,
at this point.
Emily said it herself last week. Tamra is always strategizing.
Definitely.
Always, always, always. This is how she lives her life. It sounds exhausting, quite honestly. I feel bad for her because it sounds exhausting.
It does sound exhausting. Gretchen's telling Slade that Emily said that she doesn't trust Tamra with information. Emily keeps pushing to hear the song that she knows it's going to make her friend look bad, which is true. I mean,
it was totally true. Emily was pushing hard for this. That's why I think they knew.
Yeah. I mean, I did put down Emily is a flip-flopper. That was my next note. And she is.
But I'm sorry, Gretchen is completely blaming Slade for this and basically taking no accountability.
Which is typical.
Zero.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we see Tamra and Sophia are taking the tour of the Music Institute, and Sophia loves to write lyrics and sing and produce. I'll be honest with you, that whole tour of the Music Institute with Tamra, like being so pushy, was so cringe. It really was.
It was. I actually, you're not going to believe this, but I actually have that it was a nice moment between her and her daughter. Like, listen, if we could see Tamra in Tamra's life more, she might be more likable and not always scheming on her castmates. Like, I actually didn't mind this at all. I happen to adore her daughter. I think her daughter is lovely. So the more we see her, I feel like the better Tamra looks.
Well, this is, and I should rephrase this. What I thought was cringe about it is that Tamra was like, she was on the tour instead of like
Well
letting Sophia talk. Like she was taking control of it. I like the fact that
100%.
Sophia is going to this music institute and that we find out that her artist name is Ugly Angel. And we get to find out who her inspirations are and what kind of music that she likes. Because, you know, her mother, when Tamra's there, like she's walking through, oh, she likes to write lyrics and she does this and she does that. Well, that's not for you.
No, but it's Tamra making it about herself, which is what Tamra does.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
the
if
part.
Tamra's in the room and
Yeah,
doesn't have all of the attention, she's not happy.
that's the part I thought was cringy. Not the fact that they
Yes,
went there. I
that I agree with.
like that they went there. I don't like that Tamra is so freaking pushy. You know, even I don't know if it was on a podcast. Yeah, it might have been on her podcast. She was saying that it was Sophia's birthday and she was taking Sophia and her boyfriend to New York. I think it was on the podcast. She was taking them to New York together, you know, to celebrate her birthday. And her daughter said to her, could you not like be with us all the time so I can have some time just to spend with her boyfriend? And Tamara made some snide comment about like, he should be worried about like those bangs you just cut. Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Whoa.
Yeah. Like still, like to this day, like very recently, she was talking about this. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you
Yeah,
say that?
that's not good.
No,
That's not good.
no. And then after this, Tamara says, you know, when she was 20, her dream was to go to the Fashion Institute, but she was pregnant. And that, you know, she didn't get
Yeah.
to, you know, so she did it to herself.
Follow
so now
her dreams. Yeah.
Right. She didn't get to follow her dreams, which I get.
Sure.
It happens. The next scene I really liked. It was Jenn and her daughter, Everleigh.
Yeah.
Everleigh is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I didn't realize she was only 14 years old. Can you believe she's only
No,
14?
me neither.
Because
I
I
didn't
had to
know that.
rewind it to see how old. She's only 14. 14.
Yeah, she looks much older,
She does.
but she's beautiful. She is
She's
beautiful.
beautiful. They're at a med lounge, and her daughter says that they're best friends. And she also said in her confessional, she got a confessional that she's going to live with her mom even when she has kids. Like she's, you know, her mom's her best. I thought that was so sweet. I mean, the fact that she's 14 and she really loves her mom that much.
Yeah, that's
right?
a huge accomplishment right there, especially for her mother and daughter
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
at that age, for sure.
They're talking about how she wants a boyfriend in high school. Her daughter's getting her facial while Jenn is just kind of sitting there talking to her. And she also says that you're my best friend and I'd like you to be my maid of honor. And she then asks, like, is it weird because of your dad? And she's like, well, it's like her relationship is good with her dad, which listen, I guess I'm glad about that because it's her father.
Of course. Sure. Of course. Yeah.
And I don't think Jenn wants anything other, but I don't think she wants them not to have a good relationship with him because she's never really said anything bad about him, just that he doesn't pay.
Right. And I think that clearly this comes down to the fact that the husband is not okay with Jenn and Ryan's relationship. Certainly if Ryan was the other man, it makes total sense.
Right.
So for her kids, thankfully they do have a close relationship with their father, which is wonderful, but it must be very awkward for them because I'm sure they want to be happy for their mom because they clearly see her happy. I mean, Ryan is a good guy. He's proven himself to be a good guy in this relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're appreciative of that, but they probably feel bad for their dad because he's not over it. And listen, I don't want to make a general statement, but typically I think it takes men a lot longer to get over an affair if their wife or girlfriend or fiance or cheats on them. I think men take it. I shouldn't say this. I'm probably going to get some heat for this. I think it takes men a little bit longer to get past that. It's just my opinion. Sorry.
I don't even know if he has a girlfriend or if he's moved on.
Well, I remember it last season.
He did, right?
Tamra mentioned it. I don't know if he still does. Yeah, because it was somebody. Somebody. Yeah, it was somebody that they knew. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right?
Yeah, but he's clearly not okay with Jenn and Ryan's relationship, which has to be very tough on her kids.
Yeah. Jenn is saying that she's finally in a relationship where the man values her and treats her right. And she feels like her children are collateral damage.
Yeah.
And her daughter, she said she doesn't feel like collateral damage. She wants her mom to be happy, which again, I thought this was such a sweet moment.
Very sweet. Very, very sweet.
Because it's honestly the first time we've ever really even seen her with her daughter. I mean, we always see her with her sons.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
actually, that means since she's 14, maybe now that's why she can film with her daughter because she's got
She
full
has
custody.
100% custody, yeah.
That's what that's all about. That's interesting, right?
Which would make sense if he made her pay him.
Yep. That's very interesting, right?
Talk about strategizing.
Right? Okay. Next thing we see is Gretchen shows up to the United Defense Tactical.
Just
in
like
her,
Lara Croft.
yeah, with the braid down to her butt. I mean,
Which
give
she
me
says it was not on purpose, but yes, it was.
I think she had like the action figure sitting there while she was getting dressed.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking. Like, are you kidding me?
Totally agree. I totally agree. She's like, no, I just picked this long braid up for no reason.
Come on.
It might be my favorite outfit that she's worn this season, though, quite honest.
Gosh.
Compared to the other stuff, I like it.
No, I don't. I don't. We find out now. Listen, I didn't know anything about this. That Gretchen won $500,000 in a stalking case, and she really wants the women to be like able to defend themselves. Listen, I get the idea that you want women to be able to defend themselves. Did you know about the $5,000?
I didn't know, and I don't even remember her hearing her say $500,000. Did she say that?
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Yeah. So this whole thing, and I mean, when we get to the end, there's more about that. I'm like, this is very strange.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this doesn't
for
even
sure.
make any sense to me. So
No, and then we hear that somebody was stalking Shannon.
we do?
Yeah. Shannon said she had a stalker. It was very quick, though. It was very quick.
I have to see if I have that in my notes. I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Jen and Shannon are driving together to the self-defense class, and Gina and Tamra are going together. And the ladies don't know where they're going. They don't know what they're going to do. They have no idea. In the meantime, Heather and Emily meet Gretchen there, and Gretchen is explaining to the ladies, what's going on and what they're doing. And Heather in her confessional says, listen, I live on the 38th floor and I have 12 security guards downstairs. I'm good. Like, she doesn't think she needs self-defense.
I feel like Heather should not have said that. I know she was trying to be gitchy and whatever, but I don't know, man. I believe in karma. I don't think you should say that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. The next thing is she's telling them that, what she has set up for the ladies. I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole fake assault then?
The carjacking. So, first of all, I would not have known it was a prank, and I would have probably started kicking and punching. I would have freaked out. I don't know. Do you think you would have known?
I think that in 2025, or let's say this was filmed in 2024, in the world that we live in, you don't do a prank of an assault with a weapon.
Well,
on women in a vehicle. Are you out of your damn mind? Seriously.
I think you're right. Yeah. And I think the driver obviously, if you're in a car with a driver and something like this happens, the driver would pull away. The fact that the driver wasn't driving away.
I think.
No, you're right.
I think that, honestly, I think that the fact that production did this or allowed this to happen is freaking crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is what was going through my mind. Like, someone's got a gun and are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, and Shannon's like, what if I had a heart attack? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, this is not something to joke about. Like, I'm all for a prank, but.
Yeah. Yeah.
A prank with a gun?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was way too much.
I don't know. I mean, actually, Tamra in her confessional said, what if I had a heart attack? I would have sued the shit out of Gretchen. Although what would I get from her? I guess maybe a bag of groceries and a subscription of Facetune. That was funny.
What if one of them were carrying a gun?
Well, exactly. Exactly. I mean, not for nothing. Tamra's a pretty good shot.
Exactly. He was reaching in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I saw that scene,
I didn't even think of that.
I was just like, what is wrong with them? And I don't know. Like, I feel like people should be outraged about this. I really do.
It'll be interesting to see if they are. I mean, I haven't seen much on social media, but you're right. I mean, it just aired, so maybe we'll start seeing some Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but I think you're right.
Yeah, I was not cool with it. I mean, poor Shannon, she said she was functioning frozen and,
Well, especially with the fact that she's got a stalker, like
right, and she's got anxiety, like, it's obvious, like, I
yeah,
mean, why
yeah.
would you do this to somebody like that? Like, that's not funny.
But Shannon knew pretty quickly that it was a prank.
She did know pretty quickly. She
Yeah.
did. She
But
did.
but yeah, that's
Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing reality based threat training and they're splitting them up into 2 teams. So the first is Heather, Gina, Gretchen, and Shannon. They're learning self defense. And Emily, Jenn, and Tamra are doing target practice. I wrote down Emily's shooting sucks.
So
She was
bad.
so bad. Tamra is like a sharpshooter. She's obviously practiced. Like she's obviously done this before.
Yeah. I mean, I could see her and Eddie like going to the gun range together.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
I could
mean?
too.
Because he
Yeah.
likes the big bear house. Like he likes that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure yeah, so that's cool. She said I'm a sniper with my words, so I don't know why anybody's surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a flex, but she thought it was.
Yeah. It is kind of actually.
It is kind of,
Right?
we've said it. I'd like to go.
Yeah.
I don't want a gun personally. I would never want a gun, but I would like to go to a shooting range and just try it.
Yeah.
Let off some steam.
Yep. Heather said to Gina and Shannon, like, was I right about like Tamara and Shannon, like that they would, be drinking and hanging out in the hot tub? And they're like, no, nope, no, you were not. Shannon's telling them that she was sharing that her parents had a tumultuous relationship. And then, Tamara blurts out that, her father was an alcoholic. And Heather actually verbally gasped. I wrote that down, like, and I played it back. Like she was like, which again, like that's a horrible thing to say.
Well, and I thought it was very interesting that Gina was like, "Well, that's not exactly what she said."
Exactly. Yeah.
like,
That's
come on.
yeah. Gina's like, well, she said your father had a problem with drinking. And Shanna's like, yeah, that's what she said. Like, Gina, come on. And then even in her confessional, Gina's like, it's unfair to hammer that Shannon is holding this over, like holding on to this. What do you mean? Tamara is the one who's holding on to this and who's not letting it go. It's not Shannon. Shannon's just setting her boundaries and being clear with them. I don't agree with Gina on this at all.
No, me neither. And Gina was saying that it was Tamra supporting Shannon. No, it was not.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not.
And then in her
We
confessional,
all know Tamra, and we all
right.
know that that was not support she was showing.
In her confessional, Gina's trying to say she's creating a mountain out of a molehill, but she couldn't get that right.
Oh my God, these women, just like Shannon trying to say, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. I mean, or vice versa. Look, I'm going to make fun of them for not being able to say it, and I just fucked it up. Oh my God. But I swear there's certain things that no housewife can get right, and that is one of them. The fool me once, shame on you.
Don't do it.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
That's it.
But no housewife can get that one straight. But yeah, Gina couldn't get the mountain out of a molehill either.
Emily tells Tamara that she's not in any position to have an opinion about what Shannon says, which I thought, I can't believe you're telling her that, because
Yeah.
like of all people, Emily's saying that to Tamara.
Right.
Emily then goes on to tell her that Gretchen has loose lips when she drinks a lot of Fireball. And she tells her the whole story about what she said about the recording and the record, that they were in the house drinking. And she said, according to Tamara, I was divorced from Simon and just started dating Eddie. And it was 15 years ago. As soon as she said 15 years ago, I was like, come on. Like,
I'm
enough.
telling you, she knew. Everybody knew this was coming out. So they had all their ducks in a row. And I really think Emily and Heather were trying to get Gretchen drunk that night so she would bring it up.
Well, I mean, that's definitely what they were doing. Why else would you bring
They
up
were trying
Fireball?
to get her drunk, let's face it.
They definitely were. I mean, Emily so much as said it with the Fireball when she brought it in the car. And she said she's more fun.
Yep. And Emily does say that Gretchen said Tamara had an affair. But I don't remember Gretchen saying that. She didn't say that unless it was off camera, which
Yeah, right. That's possible. Who knows anymore?
exactly. And we'll see it at the reunion.
Mm-hmm. So then Tamara said, about the recording because they said that supposedly Slade has the recording, and Tamara's like, well, bring it. I'd love to hear it, of the tryst. And she goes on to say that Gretchen had a stalker that she was in a relationship with, this person, and Tamra called her out on cheating with this person. And then somehow he wound up suing her, and then she sued him and she won.
Tamra or Gretchen?
Gretchen.
So this must be that guy Jay. Remember? His name was Jay. Yeah. Because I remember on one of the reunions, Tamra told Andy, her voice got real low, and she goes, I was getting ready for bed one night, and out of the blue, I get a phone call, and it's this guy, Jay. And he proceeds, allegedly, he proceeded to tell her that he's been sleeping with Gretchen for this long. They've been dating, and her dating Jeff is just phony to be on the show. And that's where Tamra got all this information from, this guy, Jay. Must be him. But I don't remember the stalking thing. I just remember, I don't know. Who cares? It was 17 years ago.
I know. That's the whole point. Like, that's the whole point.
Right.
And the weird part about this whole thing is, so in the very beginning, Gretchen tells us about the $500,000 that she won from her stalker, right? Then Tamra mentions this about the stalker. And then at the end, the stalker comes up. So you're right. Like, she had to have known that this was coming. Like, why else would she be bringing this up? Like, this is, I really can't stand this show.
It's
I really
too overproduced. This franchise is way too overproduced. And then you have somebody like Tamra, which I do give her credit. She's always one step ahead of her opponent, but it's just not fun to watch.
No,
it's just not fun to watch. It's like a cat and mouse game. Like I'll watch a Pink Panther movie if I want to watch this shit. I don't really want to. I don't like it. I'm bored of it.
Right.
And she keeps saying that Gretchen's obsessed with her. She's not obsessed with you. She's retaliating against you because you fuck with her. She fucks with you.
Right. That's it. That's exactly what it is. So Emily's saying that Gretchen and Slade are always saying that they get all this unsolicited information about Tamra and they don't do anything with it. And then Emily says that Gretchen is no different than what she's accusing Tamra of doing. And it's so true. The two of them go back and forth at them. She's like, the student has become the master, Yoda. So
but here's my problem with Emily. Here's my problem. And Tamra will see this if she watches it back, which I don't think Tamra and Emily are on good terms right now.
Not based on Watch What Happens Live.
Right.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Yeah.
I really can't stand Tamra. But anyway, and quite honestly, I think Andy was getting annoyed with her.
Definitely was. Yeah.
Okay. But here's my problem with Emily. She would not let the recording studio story go, right? She kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then she turns around and says, Slade was more than happy to share about Tamra.
Right.
You kept pushing and pushing. She was actually the one who said to Gretchen, call Slade. Get Slade on the phone.
She was.
I mean, Tamra, she must have seen it when she watched it back. Maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe Tamra doesn't care about that because it got at, the plan worked if they knew that this was coming out, but Emily was pushing the story to come out.
Yeah. I do not like all this producing. I really don't. I don't.
She said Heather and I weren't asking anything about Tamra, but Emily totally was. Heather wasn't.
No, Heather wasn't. Then the ladies all enter into the shooting range and there's going to be a competition. Whoever gets all their targets in the fastest time wins. Okay. That was kind of cute. I mean, Tamra killed them. Yeah. So she
Emily
won.
Really sucked.
She was
really actually good. Gretchen was the worst.
Oh, I don't even think Gretchen finished, did she? I don't think she even finished.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, I wrote Gretchen doesn't finish.
Yeah.
Oh, and she said, actually, Gretchen doesn't finish, and she said, at least I look cute. Okay.
But she didn't plan that outfit?
Come on.
They give themselves away.
So stupid. So they sit down to have food in the middle of the little shooting range thing, and there's champagne and Fireball. Come on. Emily says, Gretchen, are you drinking Fireball? And Gretchen says, yes. Tamra says, oh, I hear Fireball makes you talk a lot of shit. And Gretchen said, yeah, it does, unfortunately. Tamra said, what's your problem? Gretchen's like, I don't have a problem. And then Tamra says, well, clearly you have a problem because I heard what went down. And Emily jumps in. Well, we were in LA and Heather interrupted. And I thought, why is Heather interrupting? And says, well, it started out as something silly. We're talking about the Pussycat Dolls and we're talking about her singing. And Gretchen said, yeah. Tamra tried to sing a song. And then Heather said, and we're all saying, let's hear the song. That's where Heather jumped in. And I'm like, why is Heather getting involved in this? Because
Heather wants to keep her hands clean.
Yeah.
Heather doesn't want any blame put on her. And quite honestly, she really shouldn't have any blame put on her.
No,
because
her hands
she
are
was
clean.
just going along with the conversation. She wasn't pushing it. But she definitely wants to keep her hands clean because she's scared of Tamra.
Well, she admitted that.
Mm-hmm. Well, she said she used to be, but she's not now. But it's very clear that she is.
Tamra said, then it turned into I was having sex with, and then, they bleep out his name. I was having an affair and they have me moaning in the background. And Gretchen said, well, that's not what I said. And Heather said, well, Slade said that. I was like, oh, God. And then Gretchen's like, well, if Slade said something stupid, then that's on him. Okay. And this is where Tamra loses it. She's like, this is the shit you've been doing to me for 12 effing years. I've had it. I've had it. Tamra said he was ready to be on speed dial, which is right. I mean, he knew that this was coming. Like, why was he there in the middle? I mean, this was after they were out drinking.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, the entire time, Heather, I don't know if you noticed this, she was actually eating her sandwich. And I
didn't notice.
She was actually eating. And actually, when she interrupted, she was eating her sandwich. She was actually eating her sandwich. I couldn't believe it. I kept writing it down because they kept.
Yeah, because these women do not like to eat on
do not
camera.
eat. Heather, of all of them, does not eat. And she actually interrupted while she was eating her sandwich.
That's interesting.
I thought so, too.
I love that Tamra flies off the handle, screaming, yelling, throwing hands, right after she just told Heather, I don't explode in public.
I know, right? I know.
That's all you do. That's your shtick. If Shannon being clumsy is her shtick, your shtick is flying off the handle and running away. Running away is really her shtick.
Yeah. And then what happened?
Well, I do love how Gretchen totally remained calm. She acknowledged she was wrong. You're right. I shouldn't have done it. Like she says to Gina, I shouldn't have done that. She totally stays calm. This is the best way to handle Tamra for all current and future Real Housewives of Orange County housewives. When you are being come at by Tamra, just remain calm, speak clearly, be articulate, just stay calm because it drives her crazy.
Yeah.
Drives her crazy. That was pretty much it though, right? That's how it ended?
No, because so then at the end, so Gretchen says that, I know all this shit about you. And Tamra throws her hands in the air and is like, what do you know about me? Gretchen says, you don't want me to talk. Tamra says, go ahead, talk. Then the producers ask Gretchen, what else do you know about Tamra? And Gretchen doesn't answer. She's like, next question. But then Tamra says she's the one who tries to destroy people's lives. And Gretchen said, you're the one who's been sued for your lies. The person that you tried to get to lie about me, I sued and I won. Now she's referring to the stalker.
She's got to be talking about this guy, Jay.
So Gretchen is saying that Tamra tried to get him to lie about her.
Right.
And about Gretchen. Earlier, Tamra said that she caught Gretchen cheating with this guy and she called her out on it. And then he sued her, meaning Gretchen, and then Gretchen sued him for stalking.
Right.
So
I don't know. I don't know if he ever sued her. I don't know if Tamra's actually correct on that.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know either, but it was so convoluted. I was like, what are they talking about?
And she got $500,000 from this guy?
That's yeah. And that's when Tamra yells, you mean the guy that you were effing? I was like, whoa. And then Tamra goes up to Gretchen, gets right in her face and gives her the 2 middle fingers and tells her that she can F off. And she walks out, for 12 years, she's been doing this to me. And that's where it ends. I want to go to the Watch What Happens Live now. It's on the end of Miami, but I want to jump to it now because some of the stuff that she said on Watch What Happens Live. Andy, the first question he asked her was what was her response to the recording studio rumor? She's like, that it's not true. And that, Gretchen was being performative. I was like, what? And then she said she's never slept with a celebrity, but she's been hit on by Denise Richards, and she couldn't remember the other guy's name, and it turned out to be George Lopez.
Right. But I wonder what Denise Richards thinks about that.
I know. I'd be curious to see
I
what
mean,
Denise.
listen, I think Denise is just a very flirty person.
I do too. I do too.
I don't know if she was necessarily hitting on Tamra.
Then one of the poll questions, I'm just going to do the OC stuff. Whose side are you on, Gretchen or Tamra's? Tamra won this one. 57% are on Tamra's side, which
That was
honestly,
surprising.
yeah, it was surprising. Then the next thing was, has therapy changed Tamra? 91% of the audience said no. And when Andy asked Tamra what she thought, she said, she's not about to change her personality, then she'll get fired. And he's like, that's not true. And she's like, he's like, what do you mean?
Yes,
She's
it
like,
is.
you
She's
don't
like,
have to
"Yes,
be
it
mean.
is."
Yeah. And he's like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. She's like, no, it isn't. Like, in her mind,
She believes it.
she believes it.
She believes
it.
she's being a good housewife. I think she
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. And then, is Gretchen jealous of Tamra? 62% of the people said no.
I don't know what the other 40% people are thinking.
All right. So that was
She's
it about.
definitely not jealous of her. Retaliating, 100%.
Yeah. They also, one of the questions was like, do you regret it? Like, do you regret saying that about Shannon's dad? And she said, no, she doesn't regret it. I was like, you've got to be kidding. She still
Yeah.
doesn't regret it. She doesn't think that
You
she did
keep
anything
claiming
wrong.
that you want to have a friendship with this woman, and you clearly hurt her by what you said. And now
Yeah.
you're being asked if you regret it, and you're saying no. So
Right.
you don't want a friendship with her, because whether you thought it was right or not to say it, you hurt her. So if she were your friend or someone you truly want to be your friend, you would feel bad that you hurt her, and you would then regret doing that because it hurt her.
You would think.
See what I mean? She's just dumb. She's just dumb. Not too
Yeah.
much going on up here.
Yeah. I mean, did you see? I reposted it. The Sheena. So Sheena and Tamra
Them
are in a
talking
feud.
about her?
No. So Sheena is in a feud with Tamra and Teddy about the whole Kiki and Gretchen situation. So Sheena put up this video, I think it was on Instagram, where she's like on a carousel and there's like this like older looking wrinkly faced person coming at her, and it says underneath it like, point of view when you're asked to squash the beef or something like that at BravoCon. And it's you have to look at it. I reposted it
I
on ours.
will.
It's totally dissing Tamra.
Camera.
And
Did you see that they're saying that Sheena Shea's not going to film for season 3 of The Valley because of some beef between her and Lala?
well, I've seen those rumors, but I just saw Lala on Amazon Live, and she was asked those questions, not about filming. They asked her, like, are you and Sheena still friends? And her first answer was, well, Sheena's being Sheena. And then they asked her another question, and she gave more specifics. She's like, well, I just saw her the other day. She didn't go to Sosa's birthday party because she had something else to do. I mean, I love her. You know what? We have our place together. And basically, I guess she doesn't agree with what's happening. But I think I also read someplace that it was over like a contract dispute that she's not filming. Like they couldn't.
I think that Sheena is making up some beef with Lala to stay relevant, to make sure she does secure a spot on The Valley. Because she thinks if she and Lala are beefing, that people are going to want to watch them on The Valley, and that's going to secure their spots. Talk about a schemer.
I mean, I guess it's possible. Guess
I
anything's
think it's
possible.
all bullshit, because I see pictures of their girls together every day. And if you were having issues with a friend, would you be having play dates with them?
Well, Lala hasn't confirmed that they're having issues, though. You know what I'm saying?
But Sheena's alluding to it.
I don't know. I mean, Sheena's been making some shady comments. I mean, she made some shady comments about Katie. She's been making a lot of shady comments.
Yeah, because she thinks that's what people want. Like, she thinks it'll make her stay relevant and get her a spot on any show. And I do believe Tamra. I do believe when Tamra said Sheena wants to be on Real Housewives of OC, I 100% believe that.
Well, I believe that they're going to be put on the spot at BravoCon to squash the beef. I'm sure Andy's going to pull them out, and we'll have to wait and see. Like, is it a real thing? Is it? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's going to
Right.
be here before we know it, BravoCon.
Yeah. November?
Yeah, November. All right. Well, I don't have anything else for OC. So until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.